Alright everybody, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I've actually played. So we're going to go into the Rocket Mortgage Classic, the tournament they're playing right now at Detroit Golf Club. On the weekly Master? That's what I want, right? No. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Because I figure I'll do what I want to do this weekend is this. Obviously TGC, because I didn't get to play that at all last week. And I'd like to get 2 career videos done. And they added challenges that I actually I'd like to do.
Can't wait to see what happens today. I got good feelings.
I'll do. Look at that. Perfect to start it right out. Haven't played in over a week.
It's going to go your way. Let's make this a good one. And this one's about 85 yards to the pin. Good shot out there.
Put it out there a little bit too much. Oh, I hate these greens. They're so bright. Okay, so they don't break quite that much.
This is your look at par.
Gotcha. Damn, should have been a birdie on one, but oh well. Yeah, not sure how many of them I'll actually get done, but we'll see. Whoa, that was a big old pull. Luckily, the wind was going that way.
And this one's about 130 yards away.
There we go.
Maybe a memory bounce.
Didn't quite play the wind enough.
That's safe.
But
all right, let's do this. 18 feet to go.
Yeah, that didn't break. Oh, 10. Oh my God, 10 degrees open. I gotta work on that. But yeah, I was gonna try to play TGC when I got off work on Monday, but over 100 degrees and inside a warehouse. It's even hotter, and it's basically just a hot box because the roof is tin, and
second shot here on the third.
You know, you're doing physical stuff all day, moving freight around by hand, and I basically almost fell asleep immediately when I got home.
Good shot. Here we go. This putt for birdie.
And then I was like, well, if I don't record it, I could at least play it and see where I would, wind up. But again, just got home every time. I was like, nah, I can't sit down and almost fall asleep. And I was there every day between 10 and 11 hours, so. Couldn't do it, but we'll see how we do this week. Did play in another tournament though, and another, 4-man scramble. We play a few of those throughout the year. And we won it at minus 14, so that was pretty nice. Underswung that. Oh, doesn't matter, it helped. Okay, that was weird. Wouldn't let me pull back twice.
Managed to bring things down to 2 under after that one. All right, you know what to do. Par 3.
We got another tournament though. Next week, next Saturday. It's a 2-man. It's called a red, white, and blue because 4th of July. Why is the camera like tweaking out? Oh, what is going on? Do you see You see what is happening on the swing thing? It's just like wigging out. What the fuck? That's fucking me up.
Heading left. And from
what is going on? The game just updated. It just updated for me. I don't know how long the update's been. God damn it.
Okay, throw that wedge away.
Now I'm gonna bogey it because of that. Every time it does it, look. What the fuck?
I think this one's gonna go a bit to the left.
Game's fucking up. Jesus Christ. It just updated and I'm having problems. It was a 23 gigabyte update that took an hour and 10 minutes. Because PlayStation sucks when it comes to updates. A 23 gigabyte, we'll say 24 because it was 23.7, we'll say 24, on Steam takes less than 10 minutes. Or about 10 minutes or something like that for me. But on PlayStation, unless it's only a gigabyte or two, it takes like an hour. Come on, guys. What are you doing? We'll see if that I fixed it. I have no idea, but I'd like to get that tee shot back, but I know I'm not. But I was so focused on if it was gonna screw up or not.
Hey there, welcome back to your previous round of golf. We bookmarked it for you. Currently on the 5th hole.
Okay, well I do get the tee shot back. We'll see if that matters at all. No, the camera look at it. What is going on? I'm not doing that. My hand's not even on anything on the controller. Like, what the fuck? Also, an 8-iron choked tee shot before was way up there. It was like just below the hole. Why is it now insanely short? Stop fucking doing this shit. Like, now it's a 7-iron. It was not a 7-iron before, I don't think. Alright, it didn't do the thing. It was still a bad shot, but same exact spot.
From the green side sand.
I'm still just focused on that so much. Ooh, much better shot there. At least we can save par.
Okay, this putt's for your par.
Man, this game is pissing me off.
All right, you're sitting right at.
They have so many problems, and they have even more problems now.
We have a par
What is
4
going
here
on?
The 6th.
Whoa, that was bad.
You might need a club or two extra.
Well, at least,
here.
God
Really
damn,
deep.
man, what the fuck?
Come on, bounce to the right for us.
Yeah. I was worried about clubbing up because I was like, I don't really want to go over the green.
All right, this exceeds the limit of my mathematics estimation skills. I'll just say you're extremely far from the cup.
Jesus Christ, man. Okay. I can see I'm not going to be playing this game.
Oh my, flew right by the hole. 3 feet left.
From if it keeps doing it, I'm not playing it.
And teeing up now on the 7th.
I mean, it hasn't really done it
This
on.
maybe roll its way into the rough,
Of course,
possibly.
of course.
Okay, ball's above your feet. You might want to aim a little bit more to the right.
It hasn't really done it on full shots. It's only doing it on putts.
And this is your 3rd shot.
Doesn't make any sense. Why would it only do it on putts? And it's constantly moving my camera. Pulled again, Jesus. Oh, didn't mind that pull, I guess.
That will play. Thank you very much. 6 feet to the cup.
But yeah. Anyway, played in the tournament, did really well. It's so fun. I hit the worst tee shot I've ever hit on the first hole. Luckily, you know, in a 4-man scramble, usually someone else has got your back, hopefully. And the sad thing is, nobody hit a good tee shot on the first hole, so we were like 50 yards short of where we should have been.
Not sure what's going to happen here. hopefully you get a good look at this next putt. Well played out of that bunker, though.
But we had, what do we have?
Nice to get for birdie.
4 pars throughout the day, 3 on the front, ooh, 1 on the back. The back 9 we just went on a tear, birdied everything but the 17th par, which is a par 3.
And the 9th hole, we have a par 3.
It's downhill, winded a little bit into us, hits onto an upslope it looks like, so just hit this. Ah, damn.
Well,
felt good.
Green there on that one.
The swing path was actually really good for me.
Okay, this will save you par.
It's so funny how I'm incredibly bad at getting the flops done on the game, but in real life, like, that's my bread and butter. Oh man, it's so weird. Ever since a few weeks ago, probably a month ago now, I have slowed my backswing down. I'm not pulling it. It wound up working, actually. I'm not pulling the stick back to the left far enough. Not only have I gotten a lot more control with my irons, especially, but somehow I've gained 10 yards on my irons. This is very strange. I don't know if it's just, damn it, I'm hitting it in the middle so much more, or something about slowing it down has made it so that my me rotating maybe a little bit better and gaining a little bit more power through that has helped. But one of the two, I've gained 10 yards. I can hit my loft wedge 110, my sand wedge 120.
Tee shot should play.
Like yesterday, we had 3 holes where we were 220, and I hit my 5 iron, and it was pin high. You know, we weren't downhill or anything. It's very strange. And from like, oh, you know, only
let's get up and on our way from this bunker.
Pros or whatever, they don't even hit their sand wedge, whatever. But I de-loft a lot with my clubs, so I'm a very low ball flight person, and so
for your score at the moment,
like my 7 iron on a perfect 7 iron for me is probably only really 2/3 the height I should be getting. Now I'm still carrying it about almost 180. I'm carrying my 7 iron. When I last checked, it was a 184 to the pin. It was a perfect 7 iron. Divot was at, or ball mark was at 178, and then it was 4 yards past the pin. So landed at 178, finished at like 188, something like that, because of rollout. And then, sorry, and then every time I've had about 220, it was 217 on the par 3. Hit my 5 iron, and I was past the hole by about 5 yards. So really happy with that. And what's funny is, you know, I usually have a pretty big draw, and when I'm hitting them so much more solid, I don't. You know, I'm playing for that draw, but I'm not getting so much of one. And I think it's because they're just being hit so much more solidly, and I'm not closing it as much, you know. Well, it didn't run up quite as much. I was hoping it would run up a little bit more and take the slope to the left. But
to the cup. I think
It
this
did
one's
not.
going to go a bit to the left.
Oh, not that much to the left. Damn, that sucks. Would have been a good eagle for us.
Oh, yeah, that'll work nicely. 2 birdies in a row for you. Okay, that's 7 under par for the moment. We've got a headwind blowing in our face on this one.
9 iron. Yeah, I think perfect 9 iron. Even with the wind. God damn it. See, I wasn't going enough to the left with it. Tried to fix that right then.
Good luck with your
Went too much.
Here on the 15th.
Ooh.
Just missed that chip.
Yeah, flop was the only thing that was going to stop it without chipping it in.
This one might move just a little bit.
But I knew that I wasn't going to be able to make it with the flop, so I was like, screw it, I'll chip it.
All right, let's see what we can do off the tee here. It's a long par 4.
Just don't go into bunker. All right.
Okay, second shot
but the tournament we're playing in next week, it should be a really fun one. Like I said, it's a red, white, and blue theme thing for 4th of July. And it's you and your partner pick 6 holes to tee off from the red, 6 to tee off from the white, and 6 from the blue. The blue are the furthest back, then you have white. Then it's senior, which are gold, and then women's is the red. And then they have, junior tees, which are green, which are even further up. But we played last week and decided on all the holes, which ones we're gonna tee out. Kind of strategize. Like, oh, if we go red here, I can drive the green if I get a good tee shot. If we go blues on these holes, they don't really matter because it's only like 10 yards difference and stuff like that. So that should be really fun. It's a fun little gimmick for a tournament and everything. So, oh no. It went to the right a little bit more than I anticipated. Oh, I was gonna say that better break. That better break.
And your score is currently 9 under par. And
12 birdies are better in a single round.
This one's a par 4.
Oh, hopefully I can get 10, and in the next round I can get 12.
Oh, just smashed that. And this one's about 125 yards out.
Wind is the only thing helping, really. So. Okay, good. I closed it. I was like, oh, if that's open at all, it's in the water.
Approach shot worked out just fine. This putt's about 14 feet out. This one's going hard to the right.
Yes, it is. Oh, wow. Jesus. Really? I underswung that. You know that, right?
Too much on there.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Nice tempo on that chip. Just
cool,
nice
we both get it. Awesome. I love that.
And as we head to the clubhouse, it's 8 under par for you.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Okay, that will do it. Good stuff out there on the course. Hopefully, we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing really to gain. With the clubhouse pass, with the my player, anything like that. We're just looking for.
Well, hello there. Glad you could join me for a round. My name's John McCarthy. I'd like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25.
The challenges and stuff, or the quests, I should say.
What happens? Let's make this
hopefully a little bit better of a round.
Nice. That was the club. Starting things off here under par already.
I will say I had
All right, let's go.
There was one hole on the course we played. It's 267 from tee to green if you just go straight, but there's humongous trees in the way, so it's a dogleg right, and usually you'd be laying that up. I was like, if we can get one, in the fairway, I'll see if I can go for it, you know, and just try to take it over the trees, even though, like I said, I'm a low ball flight player. And I wasn't 100% sure we had one safe, but I was like, screw it, I'll go for it anyway. And just went straight at the pin. And, I mean, it was going dead at it, but it was like 20 feet too low. Because, like, I mean, I would have had to launch this thing like 100 feet in the air. And, yeah, that's not me, so. Went dead center of the trees. Luckily, we went up there, found it in the middle of the fairway. Like 70 yards away from the hole. So, got real lucky with that one.
Ooh, can we get a kick to the left? There you go. That's what you want. Good luck here. 9 feet.
And then the last hole. Oh, wow. The last hole, which was a par 5, was 528 yards. So my dad hit a great drive right in the middle of the fairway, so I was like, cool, I'm just going to crank one out there. And I hit probably the best drive of the day. And... oh, damn it. Oh, okay. And we were 208 yards away. I was like, so how far do you think that drive was? So it was 320 yards. And then I had like 3 drives that were 300 or more. So I'm very proud of that. And they were dead middle of the fairway. I had a few, like I said, I had probably the worst drive ever on the first hole. Don't know why, don't know what happened.
Let's keep this going. That's your 4th
But after
birdie
that,
today. Good work.
I didn't have a single bad drive. I had ones where it was like I was aimed too far right, and it just went right maybe 10 yards, and
Par 3 ahead of us.
stuff like that. But I pushed it. Still not a bad shot.
Another green in regulation. This one's 8 feet away. And as that
but other than that, really good driving. I think I only hit 2 hybrids throughout the day. They were good, but one of them was pushed pretty badly. Still in play though, pin high. But I wouldn't want to use it. It was in bushes.
All right, this shot's about 150 yards out.
My long irons, like I said, were amazing. Well, my 5 iron.
Oh my goodness.
Because I don't think I hit my 6 iron at all. I should have hit it on one hole.
Current score.
Because they had a thing where it was each person gets a red tee, and so we were trying to choose which holes to use it on. And it was a 200 and, or was it 180? No, it was 197 yards, par 4 from the red. So I was like, ooh, I'll use it there. I can get an iron onto the green. And it was 197. I was like, that's in between my 6 and 5 iron. My 5 iron can go 220, and my 6 iron, I'm not 100% sure I can get it to 200 yards, you know. And so I hit the 5. Wow, that was bad. I just flicked my thumb to the right. Gonna need that long flop, baby. Well, it didn't end up horrible, so I'll take it.
All right, let's get a birdie and get out of here. What do you say? This one's moving to the
and
right.
I hit the 5 iron beautifully. Oh, damn it. Unfortunately, it was almost about 10 yards too far, so should have hit the 6 iron because long on that hole was a no-no because that pin was right right beneath a slope that just went straight downhill. You couldn't stop it. So should have hit 6 iron just to make sure to keep it at least below the hole. If it wasn't going to get on there, but didn't know that because we had only played the course. We played it twice, but only once each year. You don't want to go long on this one. What are you talking about? Don't leave it short. You go long on this one, you're off the green with a horrible chip back up there. So.
Nice putt. That's for birdie number 7.
Like I said, hit a 5-iron from it was 217, and I was about 12 feet long on the par 3, so it went 220. And it was beautiful 5-iron too. I was so proud of it. Come back. Oh, right on a slope, isn't it? Yeah. Didn't have too many mid irons, so like 9, 8, 7. Didn't really use a pitching wedge either. Hit a few gap wedges, sand wedge. It was a par 3. It was 120 yards. And I used my sand wedge, and I was only 2 yards short of the pin, and that's because it came backwards.
Nice swing. All right, this one's about 125 yards out.
And sadly, I didn't even hit that one, that sandwich great. It was straight at the pin. A touch on the bottom groove. So that's why it was short, I think. If it hadn't have been on that bottom groove, wouldn't have been short. It may have like landed at the pin, hopped up, and came back, maybe something like that.
Now we head to the 11th. We have a par 3 ahead of us.
Chipping was pretty good. We didn't have too many chips, mostly just on par 5s. A little open. Hit that, come back. Damn it.
Okay,
it's too far right to get into that little bowl, unfortunately.
18 feet to the cup.
Got it though.
Yes.
But yeah, chipping was really good.
Nice job, birdie. Okay, after that hole, it's sitting there at 18 under par.
I would say pitches were a little middle of the road because now that I have like gained more distance,
that was a good
like
swing.
with my wedges especially, it's really hard right now until I put some more practice and play in to figure out really how far to hit like a 40-yard shot, you know, or a 60-yard shot, because a 60-yard shot used to be like a little pitch, like a 3/4 choke down pitch with my lot wedge, and they were like my go-to shots. Now whenever I try it, it's like 10 yards long every time. It's so hard for me to gauge, you know, how far back I should take it, how hard I need to swing through it, and all of that. So just need a little bit more practice on that, and not practice on the range doing it either. I learned that lesson this year is I need to stop hitting the range and just go to the course and figure these things out, because like I'll practice like a good amount, think I figured stuff out, go to the course, and it's just not there. And again, I think that's because like the course, damn it, they have you hit on mats most of the time. You can hit off the ground when you get your driver, you know, put it on tee, but they have you hitting off mats.
Okay, after that one, you're sitting right there at 10 under. And now the 14th.
Be right back. I gotta knock at the door. Alright, we're back. Hopefully that doesn't impede how I play. They're doing pretty good here.
Tee shots looking decent.
Not a good swing path, but one that'll work.
Here's our second shot on the 14th.
Okay. Wind helping. Let's go with a high draw. Damn it. Please make it over.
Ooh, into the drink.
I knew if I screwed that up, it wasn't going to make it over. And making it be a high draw, you have a lot more chance to screw that up.
Nice
Damn it.
work. That was some good golf.
Damn it.
Currently 18.
That's 2 par 5s on a round where we're actually playing really well. 2 par 5s with par.
Good job. We're on the green. Okay, here's a 12-foot.
But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my the pitches. Yeah, I just need a lot more work on my pitches nowadays than I used to. I used to be amazing. Where it was like anything between 60 and 90 yards. I could guarantee that I'm within 10 feet, you know. And now it's like, am I going to be 10 yards over the pin or or what, you know?
Come on, kick to the right.
Okay. I was like, is that going to be far enough to get over that ridge? And just.
Footer. Looking good.
Chipping was good though. There's the 12 birdies. There we go. That's what I wanted. Putting was pretty darn good. It was a par 3. What were we? Was it 151 or 161? There were 2 par 3s. One of them, it was one of those. I can't remember which one though. And if it was the 161, I hit the 9-iron. If it was 151, I hit the pitching wedge. And it didn't quite draw nearly as much as I anticipated. Oh. But it landed on the right fringe pin high and then, you know, spun left, of course. And it was 12 inches, I wish. 12'7" away from the hole because it was the closest to the pin hole. Someone got close, so they got 7'7" inches, but and then I made the putt, so oh god, solo birdie on that one, which I'm really happy with because the par 3s, because the par 3s on, you know, a lot of courses, or you know, a lot of public courses at least. Damn it! If that wasn't open, it'd be right next to the hole. Really, it's gonna go all the way off the green. Okay. Right. I have a hard time believing that this is really how it is in real life because that means you can't put the pin over here. But, you know, whatever. Can I pitch this? Yes. But yeah, overall the putting was actually pretty good. I didn't quite hit it hard enough.
His putts left to save par.
Alright, bogeyed it last time, birdied this time. What was that 13 under 13 birdies.
And that's gonna do it for us here today. Thank you so much for the round of golf.
Why is this showing it like that? It's not showing your score, it's showing your round completed score. Okay. Weird. Man, I tell you what too, I had so many putts that were long that were just right at the lip. Was it the final hole? No, it was one of the last holes. It was like 40 something feet for an eagle. And I mean, I was an inch.
Hello there and welcome to PGA Tour 2K25.
I was so pissed off.
Happy to have you with us. We are looking at Detroit Golf Club today. Let's get it going. And second shot here on the first.
But there was another par 3. Where, I think this is the one where I used the pitching wedge. So I think the closest to the pin one, I used 9, I believe. Oh, I didn't hit it. Stupid. All right, it got up.
Here we go. Birdie putt coming
up. So there's another 151. I used pitching wedge, and I was 6 feet from the hole.
Currently sitting.
And I had the line. I mean, it was dead in the middle of the hole, but I left it an inch short.
Teeing it up here
I was like, come on.
2.
But I will say, It's like we have this tournament there, and they've had it there the past 3 years. It was a different course each year, usually, but they've stuck with this course, and I wish they'd change it because they just don't take good care of it. Like, you couldn't play out of any of the bunkers. There were just big ass rocks in them, and grass growing out of some of them. The fairways were fine for a public course, and we went through a really bad winter. So a lot of the courses are still kind of recovering from it, and then we're also got a ton of rain right after the winter, so they couldn't really recover then either. So, ooh. All right.
Work out there. You found the green there, and that's understating it.
Ooh. But yeah, the fairways are they're okay. You can play out of them just fine. The tee boxes are okay. The same problem with a lot of public courses where they're pretty uneven most of the time. You're either going to be hitting off an uphill or a downhill, and to me that's very annoying. I don't like that at all. Get your tee boxes level. It's not hard to do.
Don't see that every day. I guess you're just going to take that driver off the fairway and be on your way.
That's right. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, look at you putting for eagle now.
This is crazy. This is the best eagle chance we've had on this course. Ooh, nowhere near. Even though everything was open, it missed way left.
Bringing things down to 4 under after that one.
And the greens are not good. Like, they don't have bald spots, but there's really weird patches of like fuzzy grass. Alright, I just didn't want to open it.
Here we have a 16-foot putt.
So it's like your ball would just bobble sometimes, and you're like, well, I just hope it goes in the right direction. Ooh, there we go.
That'll do nicely. That hole bring things down to 5 under for you. All right, par 4, 6th hole.
But yeah, wish they would change the course, but. And there were a lot less teams this year. I think there were only like 8 or 9 teams, so.
Okay. Second shot on the 6th.
Pulled it. Better than a push on this hole, because at least we're on the green. A push would have been off the green in the rough and would have had to flop it to get anywhere near the hole. Wow.
Just a little bit aggressive there.
How in the world did I hit it that hard?
Let's see what you can do.
And it didn't break at all.
And I think this one's breaking to the left. Going towards
all right,
that hole.
made it.
All right, well done.
Damn, that's our first par. We've been doing good.
Okay, 5 under par at the moment.
After that first round.
Teeing off now.
Was it an 8 under and then a 13 under, so.
Just a pure swing. And this one's around 235-ish.
235. Uphill, wind's helping, so we'll go 3. Hit it absolutely beautifully. Pin high, just like the DOD, and even closer. Maybe we can finally get an eagle.
Golf. Putting for eagle.
Still haven't gotten one on the course.
For eagle.
And won't get one here. Because that one broke an insane amount. What was I, 10 feet away?
That was a good putt.
It broke 5 feet. It broke half the length it was.
6 under par currently. And a heads up. We got a headwind to deal with. Okay, looking good. Okay, second shot here on the 8th hole. Got to be a little careful of
Wind's into us.
Make sure we get it up that slope.
Oh, wow. I was trying to use that slope and everything and just screwed it all up. open 5 frickin' degrees.
Nice.
That's one of those things where in real life, those are honestly, for me, really, really tough shots nowadays. Because like I said, I just don't know how hard to hit them at the moment. But also so my gap wedge and my sand wedge, now I don't need to take as much off. So that's a really good thing. I used to have to take off 20 yards, 25 yards actually. Wow, it was bad open.
We're almost to the green. Let's do this.
Like if I had a 115 shot, it was, do I definitely leave this minimum 5 yards short, possibly more? Or do I hit my gap wedge and just try to take 25 yards off of a full shot? And taking off that much for me is very difficult. The funny story. The only time I ever shank shots is when I have to take off that much. Because I just don't feel comfortable doing it.
And the approach heading to the left.
Damn it. Well, we were doing really good at some point.
But I've already forgotten about it.
Alright, that makes it up. So like, you know, if I was only 120, I could hit a beautiful little gap wedge, but if I was 115, I'd be like, no, I just got a power sand wedge, because if I try to take off 25 yards of my gap wedge, I might shank it.
There we go. Great contact.
Had to hit a 3-wood. That's off. Damn it.
I'm liking that one. Nice chip.
Oh, I just didn't hit it. I underswung and negative on the power. But that's all right.
Okay,
really long par 3 into the wind.
Wind's blowing right in our face on this one.
Oh, not sure. Let's try power here. I haven't done one yet, and that's why. Well, at least we're not in the bunker. Bunker, we wouldn't have been able to go for it. Ooh, I'll say a little negative on the rhythm. That's too bad. Didn't need the choked, I guess.
Get in.
But made a chip.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna work.
Oh, man.
Nice chip.
Saved 2 birdies with 2 chip ins.
Okay, 8 under par is your score currently. All right, over to number 13, and this one's a par 4.
Oh my God, really? Man, oh God. Well, this sucks.
Get out of here now.
Ooh, pulled the shit out of that one. That's alright. Oh, almost hit it too hard.
And about 14 feet to go. This one starts off pretty straight and then should turn to the
save the par.
And dropping it on in.
Alright, we've had five pars. Not as good as the last round.
And now the 14th hole. This one's a par 5.
Tough par 5s because so from what I remember, so far we have 2 that are over the water.
Okay, about
and they're long enough. Well, this is not over the water, but you know what I mean. They're long enough to where it's a really sketchy situation.
A little bit to the right on the approach here.
Pushed it. I wasn't even worried about water there. I just pushed it. Okay, that was with the pitch wedge. So we'll just go regular flop. Oh God. Swing path was awful.
Nice putt for the birdie.
It was a good shot though.
All right, 9 under is your score. And And this one is number 15. This one's a par 3.
Par 3, 9-iron, wind heavy into.
There we go. Nice contact on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Solid approach there. Pin high. 5-foot putt here. Nice.
What's funny, too, if you look at, like, my par 3 game, because I told you, like... So, that par 3s are really my weakness, because a lot of them are kind of short. Which you would think, oh, if they're short, they should be a little easier. But for some reason, we have 4 par 3s, of course, at my course. The one I do the best at, or the 2 I do the best at, I should say, are the 2 longer ones. And I think it's because I'm able to just go ahead and hit a full shot, you know.
16 feet to go.
Whereas the other 2 that are shorter that, you know, require... Oh, really? Did not think it broke that much to the right, and it really didn't come back until right at the hole.
And that putt safely in its home.
I'm hitting, you know, between a gap wedge and a 9-iron, depending on where the pin location is. You know, the third hole, if the pin location's all the way in the back, I'll hit a little 9. And that's the thing, I'll hit a little 9 because it'll be 160, but you don't want to carry it to 160 because if it hits 160, it's going to go over the green. You know, hit the green, go over. And then...
Great work on the approach.
Can we get the eagle? Come on. Maybe I did get an eagle. I don't remember. I don't think I have. I think I've only birdied. Yeah, it comes back a little at the end.
And the eagle
Boom.
And 12 under par.
And then, so the third hole, it always plays between the pitching wedge and the 9-iron, but it's never a full anything because of, you know, the length. It's a little downhill.
Oh my goodness.
And so if the pin's in the front, it's a little pitching wedge. If it's in the middle, it's... Well, maybe now with my extra little bit of distance, I'll hit a full pitching wedge from the middle. But I used to not be able to. But it hasn't been in the middle. What the hell? The wind really did that much to it? I guess it is a lot of wind. I did not even check. Why'd that act like it was going to throw it 10 yards directly to the right?
You're going to want to sink this one, this to save your par. This is an uphill putt moving right to left. And with that, your round is over.
All right, 12 under, so only one worse than the last round. So yeah, maybe now it'll be easier because I can hit a full wedge if it's in the middle, but like I said, haven't really played it when it's in the middle. It's always been in the back, which is, like I said, a smaller 9-iron. And then hole number 10, which is the other one, if it's in the front, I can hit a full gap wedge. So that's where it's like, okay, I have a, you know, it's 140. So I can hit a full gap wedge. At that point, I'm like, okay, cool. I can actually hit a full club here. But most of the time, it's up at the top. And that's where it's tricky because I'm usually a little bit long. Because again, it's having to hit a smaller shot with a club. And for me, I'm just not comfortable taking distance off.
Here we go, birdie putt. I think this one will go left to right.
Ah. Had it open.
Okay, even par after the first. Nice to see. In this hole, we got a tailwind to deal with.
What hole? Hole 8, which is technically the longest.
Okay, second shot.
Not technically, it is the longest. It's the longest par 3. that one from just the white. Ooh. Went a lot further than I thought it would. From the white, that one's, like I said, in the middle. Ooh. Is 184. And as I said before, that's the hole where I hit a full 7-iron and landed 178. Went by 4 yards at 188. So.
All right, we got a par 4 on this third hole.
Which is why, you know, I can hit a full 7 there. If it's in the back, I can hit. Actually, if it's in the back, I'll just hit a full 7 now. Because it'll be. It's all uphill slopes, so. It'll be. It'll be 202 is the back pin. But.
Drop this one in. This one for birdie.
Really?
Look at this one.
Open and a push, combining 7 degrees. I don't know. Whatever game. It'll either be a 7 or a 6. Depend on, I guess if the wind's a little into me. Hit a full 6.
Oh, you gotta hold on to the fairway here.
Because that's a hole where you do not want to go over if it's in the back. Because the pin's only a few paces onto the green. And you're just going to leave yourself with...
This is what our third shot's looking like.
Yeah, a horrible chip. Little push.
Oh,
what?
Just barely made its way into the deep stuff, unfortunately.
Okay, I don't know how it was that short.
Okay, this to save our
I swear I hit like 20 yards past the hole and it was 10 yards short. Well, we're sucking this round, aren't we? Just like the first one. Watch this be like 10 yards long.
Heading left.
Nope.
Second shot on this fifth hole.
Somehow really short again.
Oh man, you hate to see those ones go by.
Sure. And if the pin's in the front, I hit an 8-iron because it'll be like 165, and I can, you can land it. Oh no! Oh shit! I didn't even look at the trees. I usually play a fade right there.
215 yards out.
Whoopsie! Yeah, that's a long one. Wow, it's really bad.
Having a bit of fade to it.
Worked though.
Yeah, that'll work. Nice approach.
Didn't do that, it probably would have been right at the hole.
20-foot putt.
I guess we're just gonna go level par on this round. Never mind.
I don't know how you got.
Finally got a birdie.
That was a work of art.
What do I hit an 8-iron if it's the pins in the middle, so it goes 8-7-6. You know, it's works out perfectly. And then we have the 16th, which is my favorite par 3. We've got a little pond, short and left. Big hill on the right side. Pretty long green for the course. And that one, from the white tees, it's not long at all. It's just either a pitching wedge or a 9-iron. Maybe 8 if it's in the back. Overswung, but it just rolled forever. I should have flopped it again. Like I said, if you know it's not going to stop, just flop it. Made it. But from the blue, it's 197. But it's a little downhill, so a 7-iron gets me perfectly in the middle. So I'll just hit a 7 if it's in the middle. And if it's in the back, because another one where you do not want to go long. Damn it.
Well, let's regroup.
You do not want to go long.
Second shot on the 8th.
Because there's just nothing good past the hole. And so I'll hit 7 and just be in the middle. 20-foot putt, you know. Really? No break, huh? Just dead straight. Cool. Awesome. I love it. No break, dead straight, even though it showed a ton of break. Cool. Cool.
Okay,
And if it's in the front, I'll hit 8 iron.
Stick it close.
Because unless you're to the left, you can be short. Ah. Be in the bunker. Oh no, be on the green.
And if you can sink this, that'll be birdie. This putt's moving to the left, up the hill.
Yeah, but I don't think it's moving much. It's really mostly in the first bit. Wow, I pushed it.
Looking good so far.
Made it.
Oh, yes. That'll go down. Nicely done.
The only birdies I've made have been monster putts. Well, not monster, but you know.
And after that hole, you are now 3 under par. Teeing it up now on the 10th.
But like I said, maybe with that my newfound 10 yards. Damn, what the hell? The other 2 par 3s, I can actually, you know, have an advantage now and hit a full shot, just one club, less than what I would normally do.
This putt is at about 14 feet.
Of course.
That could have been
Of
better,
course.
I think, but
Making everything in the last 2 rounds, missing everything in this one except for
par on this one.
the 2 big ones. I think the par 5 was a short putt.
And after that hole, you are at 3 under par. Wind's blowing from our backs on this one.
And it's funny, I've been, so the 5 iron, 5 and 6 really, were always irons that I could never really hit properly. Don't know why. Just could never do it.
Heads to the right.
And a while ago, I used to have a 5 hybrid, a 5 and a 4 hybrid. When I got fitted, or actually no, when I got the 1 length irons, I could finally hit the 5 iron. So I thought maybe it was just because it was a little bit longer that I couldn't hit it.
All right, this shot's around 130 yards from the pin.
And then I went to get fitted, and I can hit my 5 iron. I tell you, the last month I've hit my 5 iron beautifully, and it's made me want to get rid of the hybrid that I have for the 4 hybrid and maybe try out a 4 iron.
All right, here we go. 13th hole. This one's a par 4.
Because it's funny, I hit my irons, my 5 iron, 6 iron, more consistently than I hit my hybrids, especially off the tee. Like if I could hit my 3 iron, I go with that off the tee every time than the 3 hybrid.
Oh, you might have a little too much on this.
Just because for some reason that 3 hybrid, it's either dead straight or it draws 15 yards, and that 15-yard draw always comes when I do not want it. Whereas an iron, I can guarantee I draw it, you know. Damn it, again with that.
That's too bad.
Because there's, what the fuck? I don't know what the hell happened there. I really do not. This won't stop. And off the green. Yep. I knew that, but there was nothing you could do from there, really. Oh, that's gonna come back. -1 on the power.
Good job with that chip shot.
Of course.
And nice putt.
But yeah, because the irons, I have a very consistent draw.
Right to left out there.
Where I have to make myself hit it straight. I can't cut it at all, but I can make myself hit it pretty straight. And the higher irons, like the 5 and the 6,
Nice approach.
you know, the draw gets less and less as I go higher and higher. So the 5 iron, I really don't, especially off the tee. I probably have like a little 5-yard draw with it, which is perfect.
And there we go. Good luck here on the 16th. Got some good contact on that one.
Be in the bunker.
Oh,
nope.
my.
Okay.
Safe to say you got all of that one. Setting up here in the deep stuff. This one's coming out of the rough.
Yeah.
Might not have enough on it.
Oh, god damn it. What the shit? I don't know what the hell to do.
Okay. Save par right now. With this putt, let's go.
What? Alright, whatever.
Okay, we're moving.
That's 2 putts that just didn't make any sense. I mean, that thing went immediately left.
And now
I'm talking
the par
2
5.
feet immediately left. It wasn't breaking that much, I'm sorry. And I had it 7 degrees open. Doesn't make any sense.
You must be feeling lucky. Taking driver off.
No, I just don't really care.
Let's get out of this beach here.
Pushed,
Good job out of
opened.
the sand. Well done.
I figured that was a good time for the splash. Wow, negative 3.7.
A little more pace on that one.
Wow,
And
I've
here's your
just
par
really fallen apart
putt. Over to the next hole, see what we can do. And after that one,
this
4
final
under
round.
par.
After 2 really, really good rounds, just fell apart on the final one.
Blowing left to right on this one.
Couldn't even get to 40 under.
All right, good luck with your second shot here on the 18th hole.
And off the green.
Well, you didn't hit this one, but that's okay. Oh, this one can drop. And there you go.
That's 3 chip
That one in
ins
for birdie to end
this
your
round, isn't it?
today.
Because
Great
my
work.
2 of my 3... No, never mind. I'm thinking of the last round. 2 out of 3 of my birdies on this round, on the first 9 were big putts.
And with that, I will let you go. Thank you very much for the round of golf. I had a good amount of fun. Hopefully you did too.
Well, we didn't do very good this tournament, and all I had to do with the first and last round, which sucks. The 3 and 4 were, I mean, 2 and 3 were amazing. That 13 and 12, you know. 94th, not great. But anyway, that's where we're gonna end this one, I think. I enjoy doing the weekly ones. So coming up next, though, I think we'll be doing the society. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll see ya.